For more on this, let's go to eNCA's election analyst, Wayne Sussman. He's back with us. Wayne, hello again. It's the final stretch for you. Thank you so much for crunching those numbers for us. Talking about Nelson Mandela Bay, the ANC and DA neck and neck. Who's likely to break bread with whom?
It is so complicated. So let's also remind the viewers of what happened the last time. The DA finished on 57 seats, and they needed that magical number of 61 for a majority. The ANC finished on 50. Both parties losing ground. 48 seats for both parties, the DA getting a slightly higher percentage. So 48 from that magical number of 61 for an outright majority is a long way away. 48 for the ANC is also a long way away. Is there a path with other parties so that you don't have to do business with the EFF, which is what the DA did between 2016 and 2021 when they're in control of Nelson Mandela Bay? The simple answer is no. Is there a path for the ANC to form a new coalition in Nelson Mandela Bay without the EFF? The simple answer is no. The EFF have set themselves up as the kingmaker in the largest metro in the Eastern Cape today. And we are going to see some intense negotiations. And we need to remind the viewers of the hard and various political parties here. The DA have said that they will not work with the EFF. So does that mean that the DA are going to give up on any chance of returning the mayoral chain to Ngaba Banga? Or will the EFF work with the ANC? That's going to be the million-dollar question. So very uncertain and unstable, very uncertain days ahead in Nelson Mandela Bay.
EFF having such opposing ideologies when it comes to the ANC and the DA, it would seem the DA and ANC would be more likely partners. Is that just out of the question?
Well, that's a big decision for both parties for a variety of reasons. One, they're the two biggest parties, and both have suffered losses in this election. So is there an appetite from ANC supporters or DA supporters to work with each other? Or is there an appetite to work with other political parties? Is there an appetite to just leave this mess to other parties and go sit in the opposition benches? So I want to just give a very quick example, if I may. Let's go to Mfuleni in Vanderbijl Park, Vereniging, where the Vaal River is in Johannesburg. There was a historic result last night. The ANC lost tons of seats. So now, because that municipality is a very big mess, it's been very poorly run for the last 5 years. If you are a supporter of the DA or the EFF in that township or in that town, do you want the DA or the EFF to work with the ANC, who you feel has let your town down? Or do you want the DA or the EFF to go into opposition? Or do you want the DA and the EFF to find each other and say, yes, we have large ideological differences. Yes, we see so many issues very, very differently. But for the sake of the voter, for the sake of the voter in Sebokeng, for the sake of the voter in a working-class suburb in Vereniging, they came out in their numbers and said, we want the ANC out. Even though you're very different political parties, you need to find each other and do something better than what we've experienced in the last 5 years. And I think we're going to need bold thinking in the next few days, because it's clear that the current paradigm isn't working.
A question perhaps, Wayne, from the cynics. Does any politician really care about the needs of the voter when you're doing this kind of horse trading and trying to get power?
Well, look at what we find ourselves in today. We're finding that the three largest parties, the EFF to a less extent, but the ANC and the DA losing major ground in this election. The EFF not living up to their potential. Voters across South Africa are looking for different types of parties to carry their mandate and their wishes forward. What does that mean? If you're a political party who's no longer going to take your voters or your constituents seriously, you're going to pay for it at the polls in 2024, even more than you paid for it at the polls in 2021.
Do you think they have that foresight and vision now?
Well, we're going to need to make they're going to need to make difficult decisions. They're going to need to have foresight. They're going to need to have vision. It's desperate times in many of our towns and metros across South Africa. The next 5 years are absolutely crucial, and we need brave and bold leadership to often make difficult decisions for the sake of better service delivery across our country.
Wayne, I hope they're listening. That's Wayne Sussman speaking there, our eNCA elections analyst. A time for introspection, one hopes, from our politicians.